On October 17, 2019, Lebanon witnessed the beginning of one of the largest popular mobilization in its recent history. What began as a reaction to a proposed tax on WhatsApp calls quickly transformed into a nationwide uprising against decades of political mismanagement, economic decline, and systemic corruption. Thousands of citizens, united by frustration and hope, took to the streets in a movement that cut across sectarian divisions. Lebanon is home of 18 officially recognized religious communities, including Christians, Sunnis, Shias, Druze, and other minorities. This diversity significantly influences the country's political system, where power is allocated among religious groups based on their demographic weight. Consequently, these communities function not only as religious confession, but also as political entities with substantial legal autonomy. This is why we refer to sectarianism, which reflects a complex identity intertwining religious and political spheres. Sectarianism has become a deeply entrenched institution in Lebanon, shaping nearly every aspect of daily life, especially in a context where the state is largely absent. Lebanon had been struggling with a deep economic crisis for years. Public debt was skyrocketing, unemployment was rising, and the inflation was out of control. The Lebanese lira were rapidly devaluing, and essential services like electricity, healthcare, and clean water were unreliable. The proposed WhatsApp tax was merely the final straw. Decades of corruption, nepotism, and political stagnation had left the population with little trust in the ruling elite. Protesters demanded systemic change, rejecting a political system that had long served the interest of a privileged elite while leaving the majority of the population struggling. The demonstration quickly broke out across Lebanon, involving citizens from all regions and all religious backgrounds. Unlike previous protests, the October uprising was decentralized, with demonstrations erupting simultaneously in different cities and towns, including Beirut, Tripoli, and Saida. People wanted the resignation of key political figures and new elections under a new electoral law without sectarian quotas. One of the primary goals was indeed the abolition of political sectarianism through the establishment and consolidation of a unified trans-sectarian citizenship. But the movement encompassed a wide spectrum of ideologies. Some groups advocated for the establishment of a secular state, while others focused on economic justice. This diversity was both a strength and a challenge, as the absence of a centralized leadership made it difficult to unify goals into a concrete political agenda. Despite its initial momentum, the uprising faced significant challenges in sustaining long-term solidarity. Besides sectarian differences, social and economic disparities fragmented the movement, and the lack of a leadership, while initially a strength, eventually became a weakness. In the end, the movement didn't evolve into an organized political force with clear and concrete political and economic agenda, and it gradually lost its power. Under mounting pressure, Prime Minister Saad Hariri resigned on October 29, 2019, but this didn't translate into meaningful reforms. The political elite responded by infiltrating the movement, gradually undermining it from within. They employed two main approaches. First, using state security forces and violence to suppress demonstrations, and second, co-opting the movement by distorting its objectives and promoting counter-narratives. Over time, internal division and external pressures contributed to the movement's decline. Political instability persisted, and the ruling elite largely retained its grip on power. Although the uprising didn't achieve tangible changes, it was a landmark moment in Lebanese history. For the first time, Lebanese from different religious communities stood together against the political system, openly repudiating sectarianism as a political language. As a result, the uprising also reshaped the political discourse, enabling people to reclaim the political space and to renew their interest into politics after years of apathy and disillusionment. Still, The movement struggled to realize its goals, highlighting how deeply entrenched the sectarian system is in Lebanon. However, October 17, 2019 remains a turning point in Lebanese history. The road to reform is long and challenging, but the uprising left an enduring mark, reshaping political consciousness and inspiring future activism. My name is Giulia Gozzini at the Center for Theology and Religious Studies at Lund University. Thank you for listening.